The starting for this game is a little bit weird. Oh, here they go.
Oh, there we go.
It starts when you first move on the world map towards 1-1, so that's why they started like that.
1-1 here is a pretty simple level. Hold right and jump, and you should be good. Just get the heli.
Yeah, you're gonna see them hit the checkpoint right here, and then after that, Romain run into a little trouble, but they're gonna get the checkpoint to become Big Mario, and then get that item box to get the propeller, and that is the most important power up in this game, or at least in this run.
Yes, keeping the propeller later into the game is very critical for strats later. If you do not have that going into 5-4, you will lose massive amounts of time.
Exactly. In World 1, it only saves really a couple seconds in 1-3, and that's about it. But after that, it starts to save a lot more as you go through the run.
5-1's where it will first really come into play. And as far as World 1 goes, aside from a little bit of mistakes by Romain, seems pretty even so far.
Yeah.
Going into 1-2 now, which is another fairly simple level. The only part that can realistically cause too many problems is a ground pound that comes up. Missing that can lose you a few seconds.
I know what you're talking about.
And we will see how that goes for them. If they can both get it smoothly, it should be a fairly easy level. Oop.
Yeah, they're going to be picking up a star right here. Okay, it went pretty smoothly.
Goes smoothly for Bronze. Goes smoothly for Romain. They're both going to pick up the star, which will give them a very nice speed boost and help them finish this level a good bit faster than you would otherwise.
Yeah, and you see them turning those platforms there with the motion controls, running down a slope as Rainbow Star Mario is a little bit faster than just running on a normal ground. So it just saves a little bit of time to do that.
It only saves a little bit of time, but every bit matters in these races, especially between two competitors as closely matched in skill as these two.
Mm-hmm.
And looks like 1-2 went smoothly.
Mm-hmm. So at the beginning of 1-3 here, they're going to both try to do a triple jump off this block. And that's just to ensure that this hammer bro right here doesn't get in their way.
Let's see if
so like how Romain got a jump off of it. If he hadn't done a triple jump, he would have just run right into it.
But they both make it pretty smoothly. That is a part where you can mess up and lose the propeller, which would be devastating, especially this early in the run. But no problems so far. And up here, they're going to either heli over. Romain's going to go for the triple jump. Or no, Bronze is going to go for the triple jump.
Yeah. So you can do a triple jump or a single/double jump there. Since triple jumps give you more height, it makes it a little bit more lenient to get up to that top part. But doing the single or double is a little bit faster, since you kind of land on that top part right as you start to descend. And when you're descending with the propeller, you are going slower than running speed until you hit the ground. So you want to hit the ground ASAP.
And they've both taken the secret exit, which will shoot them straight to World 5, so that you don't have to bother with 2 through 4.
Yeah.
And
a little thing about this cutscene, you can also spam through those pink text boxes. A lot of people don't know that for some reason.
Yes, and another important small detail is when you load into the cannon here, you can actually spam A and save some time on this load-in transition, which does not work in normal levels.
Yeah, it works on cannons, and then we'll see the piranha fight in a little bit. It also works on that level.
Yes. And the 1-5 cannon.
Yeah, exactly. I guess one thing we didn't actually mention in World 1 that could have made a little bit of difference for them, since the race is still so close, in between each level, there's this Goomba in the world map, like all the way on the right side. And before you can move on to the next level, he has to move on the world map, but he just decides how long he wants to take to move. So you can just like randomly lose a second because he takes a long time to move. And it can be kind of annoying during attempts, but it's just how it goes.
Yes, much to the frustration of many of the top runners in this game.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect you too much if you're just starting out or kind of a mid-tier runner, but once you get to the top tier, it actually can matter quite a bit. Both of them have got the star again, and both going smoothly so far.
Yeah,
Or
there's a
going to
couple different strats to get that star at the beginning. I think we saw both of them. One of them triple jumped over it and then ground pounded, and the other one ran up the shell.
And are they going to go for water skip here?
Ooh.
Bronze goes
Bronze
for it.
got it.
And
Romain
Romain
playing
does
it a
not
little
go for it.
safe there.
Water skip saves a couple seconds, but it is a little more risky. You can't lose your propeller. Bronze chose to take the risk, and he made it, so he's going to save some time and gain a lead. And Romain's just going to play it safe to hold his propeller.
Yeah, it is very easy to get hit right there when you're going in between those piranhas and the spiked balls and all that. It is really easy to get hit. So
yes, but Bronze managed it, holds his lead, and now we're going to go into the piranha fight, which is
the other level where you can speed up the loading screen.
The second of 3. It's a fairly easy fight overall, but mistakes can be made here. And
that was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Bronze went to the right side first. I haven't seen that before.
Bronze gets a 92, which is a good time, and so does Romain. So
they still both got 92 on the clock, so I mean, I guess it doesn't make much of a difference.
And I assume they're both going to go for 5-2 here.
Yep.
They would be insane to go for 5-3 at this point.
I go for 5-3. That's because I haven't played 5-2 in like a year, and I forgot how to do it.
You also have a slightly higher PB.
The difference between 5-2 and 5-3, it's only about 5 seconds, assuming you do 5-3 perfectly. So for a race, it's probably better just to go for 5-2 since it's much easier. Now, if they had lost their propeller before this, then it might have been more worth it to go to 5-3 since there is a backup one there.
Yes, there's a backup item blocks. There's item blocks. Item block.
Yeah.
English.
Although that backup propeller, you actually have to time getting it because the block, it's one of those changing item blocks. I think it's called a roulette block. So you have to hit it at the right time or else you'll get like a different item.
But a very good 5-2 from both of them. Bronze is up by about 4 seconds right now.
Yeah, they're still really close.
Which in the context of this game in a race is not very much. You can lose
not at all.
Very easily.
So both runners should be going for what we call the 5-4-6 cycle here. It's pretty simple. You have a lot of leniency to make it. There's a faster one you can do, but I'm positive that neither of them are going to go for it.
No way.
It's really risky.
5-5-6 is an extremely hard strat, and I would be stunned if either of them even attempted it, much less made it.
Although the coding boy, in my race against him, it was a best of 3, and he got 5-5-6 in 2 of the races, so that was pretty cool. And I think Diamond Crafter A has also gotten it in one of his races, maybe more.
I believe you are correct. And Bronze has pretty much made the 5-4-6 cycle, and it looks like Romain is going to be
making the same one. Yeah, pretty simple to make. There's a lot of room for error on that one.
And now we're going to see how they do on the boss fight. The only really tricky part can be, well, not even really tricky. The only part that's easy to mess up is that first jump.
Yeah, you can't just run right and jump. You have to either run left a bit or like propel over him. Otherwise, you won't make it.
Yeah, you can fall short, but they both manage it.
Yeah, and there's a couple different strats here, but it's really just preference.
And they both defeat him with no problem, both getting a 5-19.
You want to kill him on the right side of the screen, because here you'll see he jumps off the right, and so it's a bit faster than killing him on the left side.
How much faster is
that? It doesn't take that much. It's like a second or something. It's not that much. I mean, it depends.
Very clean 5F from both of them. And now we're going to go into a key level in this run, which is 5-4. You will probably see them both save before this.
Yeah.
So there's a major skip here.
Yeah, okay. So if they do mess it up, since they save, they can just reset and try again. But if they mess this up, it's very possible for them to die and lose the propeller. They're going to be trying to skip an auto-scroller here.
Yes, making the skip here is absolutely critical, because if you miss it and your opponent makes it, you are in a very bad position. We will see how this goes, even with the save. So far, so good for Bronze.
The wall jumps are the hardest part of this, so they've all got through that, so that's good. Okay, Bronze hitting the POW block and Romain doing the same. That just gets rid of some of those enemies. Normally you would just kind of jump through the enemies, but in a race setting, it's usually just better to hit the POW block to make sure you don't get hit. Even I do that, so...
And then at the end there, they both had to jump onto a platform that's up in the clouds that you cannot see, but you can run on.
Yeah. Apparently it's like a conveyor belt. I didn't even know that till recently.
Yeah, neither did I. It just looks very weird if you don't know that, because they just go into the clouds and move right.
Yeah, fun fact about that, actually. So the reason there's a conveyor belt is because that's where the enemies that normally like drop down on you come from. And so if you wait too long to jump up there, there'll be like a piranha plant up there that just hits you. And it's not fun.
No, that's always very troll. How much does that skip save, roughly, off our
About 1:20.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's pretty important.
Yeah, no, it's crucial. If I ghost here, it's pretty easy. There's one stride at the end. There are some boos around the flagpole, and they're going to try and jump through them, most likely.
Yeah, it's easier than it looks, or that strat is anyway. This room here actually is a bit tricky, and Romain messed up a bit, so he's a bit off cycle, but he can get through there pretty easily with the propeller.
He does use propeller. That loses him that lost him 4 in-game seconds.
Whoa. I've never seen that strat.
Oh, and Bronze hits the boo.
Yeah, he might have tried to get a bigger jump and just messed it up, but Romain didn't get it either, so it didn't cost him too much against Romain. Although now he is down a propeller.
Yes, so in 8-1, he's going to have to get a backup fire flower about midway through the level to make up for that, whereas Romain, if he can keep it that far, will not have to, so that'll save him about 2 seconds.
Yeah, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, just something like that.
Depends how fast you do it.
Yeah. It's not a big deal if you get hit in 5 Ghost House. It's just those couple of seconds it takes to grab a fire flower in 8-1, because you normally want a damage boost anyway.
Yes. And then should mention that this cannon going to World 8 is the last level where you can spam on the load in and save time.
Yeah.
And all combined, I think it saves, about 3 seconds between all of them if you spam?
Probably. It's not that much, but it adds up. And it's just something that's good to know.
8-1 is one of the more luck-based levels. These meteors are completely RNG, and they can appear in very nasty spots and completely mess you up.
Yeah, it's 2 spots in particular. We'll see if they can get through them without getting hit. Looks like it should. Yeah, looks like they got good patterns.
Meteor RNG good so far.
So Bronze intentionally damage boosted at that part where Romain flew over the lava pillar, so that actually saved him a bit there against Romain, but then he has to grab the flower, which is going to lose him a bit.
We'll lose him about 2 seconds, whereas Romain managed to keep his propeller through that, so he can just go straight.
Yes, but either way, they're both damage boosting twice at the end. Romain going for a safe strat there, which he came up with pretty recently.
Ooh, and Bronze makes the triple jump. And Romain damage boosted the last one.
Yeah, so Romain chose to fly over that first pillar and then do a really lenient triple jump into the last pillar, whereas Bronze actually, when he was going over that last pillar with the triple jump, he wasn't damage boosting through it. He already ran out of invincibility frames at that point. He was just going right over it. So that's actually tighter than it looks.
Yeah, the top of the fire pillars are not part of the hitbox, so it looks like you go straight through it, but you dodge the hitbox.
Yeah,
it's very odd looking.
The meteors here are also random, so a little bit of a close call there for Bronze, but they makes it.
And so for this level, one thing you're going to see in the midway point of the level is they're actually going to skip the checkpoint to be able to do a faster strat in the conveyor room later on.
Yeah, the room after this, you don't want to really, like... You want to delay hitting the ceiling, I guess. Oh,
Romain missed the second platform and he died. Oh, that is
okay, that might be costly. Because that's pretty far into the level. If I had to guess, maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah, 20 to 30. Bronze gets the star, and as long as he finishes out this level with no issues, he is in a very good position to win this race.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some hard stuff left, though, so it's not over.
No, it is definitely not over.
Okay. Yeah, so this last room here is faster Small Mario.
And can Romain make it to the second platform this time? He does.
Yeah, there's some really tight jumps in this level, and part of the reason you keep Small Mario is because, well, one, you have those little shakes that you can do as Small Mario. If you shake the Wii Remote, you can make your jumps last a bit longer. Two, Small Mario actually jumps a bit higher than normal Mario. Not a lot of people know that, but for whatever reason, he does.
As Romain goes into it, more importantly, because I don't think we fully went over it when Bronze was there, but you're able to, or is he not going to do it? You can do that jump right there, pushing up against the wall and making it to the platform without having to touch those conveyors because they push you backwards.
Yeah, it's not too tight. You just have to jump off the right edge of the other platform, but it can be a bit risky because if you miss it, then you're going to lose a lot of time.
And we come on to 8-7 now. This is a roller coaster level, which is fairly hard for casual players, but for speedrunning is pretty free as long as you don't mess anything up.
Yeah, there's a couple sections. So like right here, Bronze is going to jump off the bump coaster. That can be a bit difficult to optimize. You have to do that 4 times. And it is easy to lose like 2 or 3 seconds to just not doing that very fast, but he seemed to handle the first one pretty well.
Yep, well, he's just got to time those jumps, and I've watched the streams and I have not seen him fail this in a long time, so I'm not terribly worried for him.
Some people like to grab all 3 stars. Oh, you jinxed it.
Oh, no.
Okay, well that gives Romain the lead now. So, yeah, that gives Romain a pretty big lead, actually, because Bronze was right before the checkpoint, so now he has to start all over.
Yeah, that is the worst possible spot to die in this level.
Pretty much. Either there or the very end.
Oh, boy. And this is what you've said. It's never over, even when Bronze gets a big lead. Anything can happen. You mess one thing up, and now the big lead has flipped.
Yeah, with all the lava levels in World 8, it is very easy to make a small mistake like that, and you're instantly dead.
And Romain is going to make the checkpoint, so...
Oh, he didn't hit the checkpoint.
Oh, he jumps over it.
Let's hope that he doesn't regret that.
Romain feeling cocky, I see.
That is an interesting choice. A lot of people like to grab 7 coins here, because if you hit the 8th one, it gives you a fire flower, which is a bit slower, since when you grab the power-up, there's like a little animation. So you don't really need it.
It's about half a second.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, but it's free time save if you don't grab the coins.
Yes, and speedrunners tend to get a bit annoyed with that sort of unoptimized time loss. But Romain's going into the last section with these crossing roller coasters. He's going to jump off.
You just have to wait for 5 of these lava pillars and then jump off. It's not too difficult.
And Romain makes it with a 3:36. That is a pretty solid time for this.
Yeah, you can get a 3:39, but that's with like optimizing like all the jumps off these guys. And I wasn't watching to see how like the wall jump sections went for him, so he might have messed something up.
I think he got them. Well, I don't remember.
He did. I don't remember. I was paying attention to the death more than that. Well, Bronze isn't too far off the end.
No, one mess up, but we're going to 8A now. And this is a level that is basically geared to get a bad death and lose a bunch of time.
Yeah, this is the absolute worst level for top runners. because of a trick in the Bowser Jr. fight. We'll talk about it in a second, but before that, they are going to go for some pretty interesting movement in this first room. Romain played it a bit safe, but still had like the general idea of how to do that, and it only lost maybe like 1 second at the most.
And then Romain's been playing it fairly safe throughout this run, so I suspect he's going to bring both platforms, or the second platform down, not the first one.
Yeah. They are about 39 seconds apart right now. So
what you're going to see Romain do is he's going to jump off this first platform and just telly straight over it so that he doesn't have to spin on the nail to bring these down.
You can skip that second platform as well. It's a bit tighter than skipping the first one. I lost a run to that yesterday, and I'm still sad.
And in a race like this, especially with Romain having the lead, there is really no reason to go for it and playing it.
Yeah, I think the second one only saves like 3 seconds anyway. Oh, so he's opting to play it a bit safe with that last skip as well. You don't have to use that screw at all.
No, but he pretty much just did a hybrid version of normal and the skip.
Yeah. So the best time you can get at the pipe here is 412. He got 400 just from like playing it safe in a couple different places.
Ooh, and Bronze goes for the second platform
really
skip,
close.
And he made it.
Yeah. I was a little worried at that last part. Yeah, but getting a 412 at the pipe is pretty tight.
And Romain's going to the Bowser Jr. fight. Do you want to explain Bombless?
Yeah, so you can, right there you see how he's trying to squeeze in between the ceiling and the clown car. If you can get a ground pound and touch Bowser Jr., it actually counts as a hit on him, since in the other fights with Bowser Jr. you can hit him with the ground. It's really tight. To give an example of how tight it is, if you go for getting bombless at the very start of the fight, you have to do a frame-perfect shake in order to get it. And so, since the fastest bombless strat actually involves going for the first hit, that means in order to get like an optimal fight, you have to get a frame perfect shake, which is really annoying at a top level.
And frame perfect, I believe, is 1/30th of a second timing window.
I actually don't even know if it's 1/30th or 1/60th. That's probably something I should know.
Yeah, I don't know if this runs at 30 or 60 frames per second, but it's
either way, it's really
tight.
Yeah, it's not something you're getting every run.
Yeah, you will see them both go for it, even though neither of them made it, and in all likelihood, neither of them will make it throughout this best of 3 series. But as long as you get the first hit, it really doesn't cost anything to go for.
Yeah, so what they did, instead of going for bombless on the first hit, they went for the bomb, and that's just to ensure that they can use that bomb to hit him, like right off the bat, so they don't lose any time to like go. When you go for first hit, like since you don't use the bomb right off the bat, you lose some time to that. It's about 6 seconds difference.
We're going into the final level. Oh, Romain with the triple jump.
That triple jump is actually like kind of tight.
I'm very surprised he went for that, given the safer strats we've seen him go for in this.
Yeah,
but it worked out.
It's pretty consistent as long as you do it off the very edge. But
Bronze is coming in about 35 seconds behind, roughly.
Okay, so he saved a bit on Romain from like going for the skips and stuff. Okay, so he messed up the triple jump a bit.
I do not believe Bronze normally goes for the triple jump.
Oh, okay.
I don't recall ever seeing him go for it.
I wasn't sure.
And
that fireball right there that Bronze just passed has hit me so many times I can't even count.
Yeah, that one's annoying. Romain's in a auto-scrolling level. You just wait for the lava to drain and you're gonna jump in the pipe. You can try and jump in the pipe very early, right as it comes into view, to save a little time, but I'm guessing we won't see Romain play quite that tight.
Yeah. There's like a visual cue that I have for it. It's like right as the very tip of the third coin comes onto the screen, you just jump. And you usually get in there. And it looks really scary because like the pipe won't even be on screen. You'll just see lava and you'll see Mario like go in to the pipe. But I don't think any of them are going to play it that risky.
No. Romain gets Plays it a little safe on the fireballs, but he gets through just fine.
Yeah, those fireballs are completely random. You cannot predict them.
No. And good patterns can really make or break a run if it comes tight to the end.
Yeah, it really can. When you're only on pace to PB by 1 or 2 seconds, this can kill it.
Yeah. So Romain's about to go into the last part that we call escape. There's some fireballs and then a platforming section, which and Bronze loses his heli, which is going to cost him time.
Yeah, he can't propel over Bowser now.
He might go for the Bowser jump, where he'd wall jump off and then do a triple jump to try and jump over Bowser. He's going to go for that. But Bowser jumps up.
If Bowser doesn't jump up there, it's possible to do a wall jump and then do like kind of a tight jump over him, like Mario dude said. But since he jumped up, Bronze wasn't able to make it over. Romain doing a good job manipulating these fireballs so far. You want to get them to line up so that they're breaking the same parts of the wall. Yeah, that was perfect. He did that perfectly. Beautiful. That's really hard.
And he's going to go into a platforming section here, which is fairly tricky in runs, but can be played pretty safe.
Ooh, wow, he made it.
Oh, wow.
That jump right there has killed so many runs.
I am very surprised he went for that at this point.
Yeah, I lost my best ever pace to that jump, and it's hard.
Oh, and Romain goes for under the wall. He's feeling cocky today.
26-34.
But he takes it. And Romain takes the first game.
That's with the death in 8-2 that cost him quite a bit. So
yeah,
that is really good. That's
probably a high 25 without that?
Yeah, about a high 25 without the death.
That is a very solid run for Romain to start this race off, and Bronze is just
because Bronze went up to get that mushroom. He kind of threw off the whole fireball thing. So yeah, but he made it through, and because he's big now, he can grab this propeller right here. And grabbing that propeller actually makes that one jump a lot less tight. The one that Romain went for.
Yeah, it causes you to delay, which makes the platform cycle a little more friendly.
Yeah.
Though he didn't go for it, so did not end up mattering.
Ooh. Okay. So he's opting to not skip this last platform here. Ooh. Okay. Some of that scared me a bit.
27-40.
Alright, pretty good first race. So we'll see if Romain can clutch it out for the second one, or if Bronze can redeem himself, and we'll go on to a third one. We'll see what happens.
Yep, tight race all the way through. Really just defined by the person who made the last mistake loses, and in that case, that was Bronze.
Yeah.
But this is a best of 3, so he's not out of it yet. He's got to win the next 2 races. Not an easy task versus Romain, but he's definitely capable of it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Most of these races, like you said, just come down to like if someone loses propeller early on, or if they don't get 5-4 skip, or if they die like an 8 airship or something like that. That's what it usually comes down to.
Yep, but occasionally we get blessed with one race where neither competitor makes a major mistake and we get a nice tight race right to the end.
Yeah, me and Coding Boy had one like that. That was a lot of fun.
Who had the frame tie? It was Glowy and someone?
Yeah, Glowy Orange and Josh TGR had one that tied down to the frame, which is insane. I think they both had like some pretty major mistakes in the run, but they still like tied it somehow, which is pretty crazy.
And apparently Romain's going to collect some coins to celebrate his win.
Me and Coding also got the most bombless hits in one match. He got single bombless and I got double bombless.
The odds of that in a race.
Yeah, and both made it to 8 castle on 24 pace. So that was cool.
What's the race record? I believe it's held by DCA.
It was a 25:06. So the record for this is 24:29. So anything under 25 is considered to be really good. So Yeah, 2506 is also still considered to be really good. I do not casually get a time or that kind of time like every run. That's pretty hard.
Yeah, anything like 25:10 under is a extremely good run.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because you can't. Nobody has ever even gotten under 25 without either of those two tricks I mentioned: the 556 cycle in 5 tower and bombless and 8 airship. The best anyone has done is a 2502 without those tricks, which was done by Fade Vanity, the world record holder. So,
And I
yeah,
believe
if you
go ahead.
oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say, if you aren't getting those tricks, then under 2510 is an insanely good time.
Although I believe if Fade's world record run did neither of those tricks, he'd still have a 24.
Yeah, it would be a 24:58 or 59. That's how good his record run is.
And Romain celebrates his by getting 69 coins, because of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we need a meme factor in this race.
Yeah, so I don't know why Bronze didn't just copy another file to his other one, but whatever.
He
Bronze has to watch the cutscene.
He has decided he wants to treat us all to the wonderful cutscene.
Yeah, this Mario lore right here.
Mario plot.
Now we finally understand, the entire premise of the game. I was really confused that last run because I didn't know why Mario was going to World 8, but now I understand. And where the propeller came from. It all makes sense now.
I mean, because the plot in Mario games is very famous for being extremely complex and intricate.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, my question is how the Koopa Kids got in a cake and none of the Toads noticed, but...
Yeah.
Nintendo storytelling. You don't need explanations for things. You go save the princess in every game.
Exactly. So it looks like we'll be starting again.
Yep, we're going to get started on race 2. Bronze has his back against the wall and is risking going down to the loser's bracket, which is full of killers right now. It is not a place you want to be.
There's been a lot of upsets in this tourney, so the loser's bracket is actually pretty competitive still.
Yeah, because Muri's in there, you're in there, and then either DCA or Coding is going to be in there.
Yeah, so...
It is a Shark Tank.
Yeah, Miri especially is well known for just being really, really good at races. And so, I'm pretty sure Miri had one fluke of a race, but besides that, his worst race was a 25-22. And so, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, actually, I didn't even know it was that good.
Yeah, and all of his others were 25, 17, and something like that. They were all really good.
That's terrifying, trying to race that.
Yeah. So, no one wants to go against Miri.
Yeah, you don't want to go... Right now, you don't want to go against much of anyone in that loser's bracket, especially...
Although...
It's one elimination.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I win my next match and if Miri wins his next match, then I will actually have to face him. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, I've consistently gotten 25s for all but I think 2 of the matches, and both of those were not 25s only because I died in 8 Castle. So I can probably clutch out a 25 against him, but he's getting low 25s, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see how that goes once we get there. For now, though, we have been discussing the losers bracket. They have both had a very solid 1-1.
Yeah, they're perfectly tied right now.
Very in sync. Oh yeah, yeah.
They're perfectly in sync.
All right, and let's see if they will go through 1-2 cleanly. If they can make the ground pound, not get hit by anything. Once again,
a couple of those jumps at the beginning are actually a bit tight with the Goombas.
Yep. Well, once again, World 1's pretty simple, and we don't really expect either of these two to have too many issues.
Yeah.
The sync right now.
It's just like perfect. That's what I'm watching. It's like perfect.
Let's get a
Like they're going
460.
for very different like jump patterns and stuff, but it's just perfectly in sync. It's so cool.
Bronze gets a 455 though, so he gets a little bit of a lead now,
Yeah.
but not much. So in the scheme of things, it almost certainly will not matter. Once again, just like last time, it'll probably come down to who makes mistakes.
Yeah, so you see how Bronze's lead like got a little bit bigger right there? That's just because of the Goomba RNG. It might not have been super noticeable, but he was able to move on to 1-3 a bit faster than Romain was. Just because that Goomba took a little longer to move on the map.
Yeah, it'll take a couple tenths of a second. And in a race, that shouldn't make too much of a difference, but as we said, in a run.
Yeah, in runs, it can be like up to a second or so.
If you want to know about that Goomba RNG, feel free to tune into the Twitch streams of any top runner, and you will hear all about it.
I mean, I think the world record even lost like a good like 0.7 to it.
Bron's getting a 450 here, so he's doing just slightly better than Romain right now.
Yeah, 450 is a good time for 1-3. I didn't even pay attention to if they went for the triple jump or the double or single, but like we said, the double/single is a little bit faster.
Bronze went for triple. Romain hovered over it, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, so another pretty solid start from both of them. That's good to see. It's always... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, we're just going to go ahead and go into World 5, where the more interesting levels start happening.
Or all of the runs die.
Pretty much. There's not a lot to commentate on in World 1. It's all pretty smooth sailing unless someone really messes up. But World 5 is where you have to make a lot more decisions on how you want to play your run. Do you want to play it for time or do you want to play it safe? So far, we've seen Bronze go for a bit more riskier strats than Romain has generally, so we will see if that trend holds.
Yeah, my guess is that Bronze is going to go for water skip again and Romain isn't.
Probably not. Bronze is very consistent at water skip from what I've seen on his streams, and Romain seemed quite content to not bother.
Yeah, so you'll see Bronze ground pounds that block and Romain hits it from the bottom by running up the shell. So the strat Bronze did was a bit faster, only because when you grab the star, you're like running forward with full speed, versus when Romain grabbed the star, he had to like turn left to grab it. And so it only loses a tiny bit, really.
Bronze makes water, and as you predicted, Romain does not even try.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Romain just got like a random motion control input there because he just kind of flew up in the air randomly. That can happen.
Yes.
Like,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you're just running and you just randomly fly up in the air because Wii remote controls are great.
Yeah, the Wiimote is definitely not known for being the most precise controller. That is very prone to either accidentally inputting things like shakes or not noticing things like jumps.
Or shakes.
Or pretty much anything.
Yeah. That will happen occasionally. You'll press jump and it just won't work. Or you'll shake and it won't work. But it seems to happen in the worst places too.
Yeah, dropped jump inputs are very notorious for happening on 8-1.
Yeah, and another thing that is really common is delayed inputs. So like in 5 Tower, when you're trying to make that 5-5-6 cycle, you have to have some really like well-timed shakes. And sometimes you'll shake and it'll just be delayed by like half a second, and so you don't make the cycle because like your movement got messed up by that. And both of them going for 5-2 again.
Of course. Going for 5-3 at this point would be, yeah. It would certainly be interesting to watch, but I'm somehow not going to bet on it happening.
Yeah. I mean, it's preference. I think most of the people who have like times like under 25 have been going for 5.3. I don't know about DCA. I haven't really caught one of his matches, but I know me and Coding did, and I think Latch has gone for 5.3 as well.
Pretty smooth 5.2 for both of them. Not really. Romain gets a slightly better pipe, but not very much of a difference. In fact, he might get... Yep, they both get 4.45. So...
I think you can get 4.46. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure you can get 4.46 there. Just barely.
Yes, I think so.
I don't know. I haven't played 5.2 in a long time.
Actually, one thing worth noting when we mention the times, a in-game second is not equivalent to a real-world second. I believe a in-game second is 7/10 of a second.
It's either 7/10 or 3/4. That I don't know. Either way, it's something around that range.
Yeah, it's a little bit less than a real second. So when we talk about losing a in-game second, that's how we mean compared to just losing a second.
Yeah.
Bron's having a bit of a sketchy.
Yeah.
Bron's lost his propeller. Oh no, that is massive.
So he probably won't go back and get another one. So 5.4 skip only saves a minute 20. I don't even think it would be worth it enough to go back and get another one.
No, and to my knowledge, Bronze is not practiced in 5.3, so...
Yeah, you could also go back to 5.3, but I don't even know if that's faster than just going back to 1.1. But I mean, anything could happen. Romain could always like mess something big up and Bronze goes ahead. I'm a little worried right now because Bronze is small. And I don't think he hit the checkpoint. Okay.
That gives Romain a very big advantage going into the rest of the game.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So my guess is that Bronze is not going to save here now because he'd have no reason to.
No, going for a normal, there's no real benefit to it at all.
Yeah.
So, do not expect to see that.
Yeah, I don't know how much saving loses. It's either like 1 or 2 seconds.
It's not very much.
Yeah.
And in a race, it is definitely worth it.
Yeah. I actually don't save in races. I don't know why. It's just like, just become a thing that I've done.
Probably just a force of habit since you don't do it in runs.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, oh well, what happens, happens.
If I lose 2 or 3 minutes in a race.
Yeah. The thing is, I never failed it in a race, so...
Yet.
Yeah.
You just jinxed it.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Like, you see Romain hitting that power block right there. It just makes it so much easier. And there's actually a strat where you can fly up so that you're just over the plow block, and you can just kind of press down, and you barely lose any time to hitting that power block. It's like less than an in-game second.
Yep, but Romain makes 5.4, which is going to be a very hard situation for Bronze to come back from. Romain's going to need to make some massive mistakes.
Yeah, I guess we didn't even mention how the auto-scroller really works since they both skipped it last time. But basically, you don't want to have 5 enemies on this raft here, or else it's going to stop moving. So he's going to be doing his best to get rid of all the enemies. And that's made easy by the ice flower, which lets you like throw the ice blocks into long rows of enemies.
Yes, we will see how this goes from at the end, because it does get a little sketchy at the end, and this is not something he will have practiced at all.
Yeah, I actually think doing 5.4 without the skip is harder than doing the skip.
Well, yeah, if you're not practiced in doing it, definitely.
Yeah.
And when Bronze fights enemies on the platform, Romain goes ahead and cruises through Ghost House.
Oh. He's stuck in between those two piranhas now. I don't know how it's gonna go. This is an interesting situation. Oh shoot! Okay, Wow, that was sketchy, but he made it. I wasn't even paying attention. Did Romain get the boo ring jump?
I wasn't looking either. I was looking at him caught between those piranhas.
Okay, well, if he did, then that's good for him. That's a pretty cool trick. If not, it doesn't lose that much time. So Romain making it on the world on a pretty decent run.
Especially with the lead he has, it really will not matter.
Yeah, I don't think Romain is aiming to PB with any of these runs. He's just trying to not make any major mistakes.
Nope. You will probably see Romain play it pretty safe for the rest of this run.
Yeah, well, same with Bronze, because he's definitely not going to PB. Unfortunately.
No, he will definitely PB.
Bronze has actually made it like pretty far on like 25 pace for like most of his matches. So this is just kind of an unfortunate one for him.
Unfortunately, these mistakes happen, and even more unfortunately for Bronze, this has happened at an extremely costly time that he cannot afford.
Yeah, Romain getting some good patterns there at the beginning of 8-1, so he gets to keep his propeller.
And Bronze going to go for boo ring. I'm actually going to pay attention this time. Oh, he gets hit. That's the same way he got hit last time.
Yeah, it's easier if you duck because it makes Mario's hitbox a bit smaller.
Yep. I assume Romain's probably going to play it safe the same way he did last time.
Yeah, that's actually a really good safe strat, though.
Yep, and once again, like we said, he has no reason to go for anything risky right now.
Yeah, you can get a 430 with that safe strat Romain does on the clock at the end, and the fastest you can get without it is a 432. So it's the difference of like a second and a half, which is not much in a race.
No, in a
especially
race,
since it's this far apart. Romain doesn't need to go for anything risky.
Romain is in a very good position. He just has to kind of play it safe, chill out, and he should advance to the winner's bracket final right here and get top 3 in this tournament.
Yeah.
And Bronze is going to really need to pull something out or Romain make a major mistake to save him. But there's still 8A, there's still 8C. There is time for that to happen. Romain did die in 8-2 last time, so I could lose him some
Romain died in 8-2, Bronze died in 8-7, so you never know.
Yep. And that's the fun part about these races. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Something I didn't even mention. So before 8-1 started, Bronze actually opened up his item menu and used a mushroom. He got those from the piranha plant fight earlier on. And those can actually come in handy. So like beginning of 8-1, that lets you do an extra damage boost. In 8 airship, that lets you get a propeller at the very beginning. So those can be really useful.
Yeah, the most common place you would probably see them be used is at the beginning of 8A because it's very easy to get hit somewhere in 8-7.
Yeah.
And it only loses like 1 to 2 seconds if you spam through the menu.
Ooh, Bronze. At the death.
That's very. And
no, the good thing is that he wasn't very far past the checkpoint.
Yeah, he's going to jump, but his window is very much closing now.
Yeah,
he is in a desperate
kind of interesting that he didn't use another mushroom, although he might have used them all up already. I'm not sure.
Probably only used one, unless I missed something.
I didn't see him use more than one, but I don't know. He might have forgotten.
Those meteors are pretty.
Yeah.
No.
If you don't have like the propeller, the flower to damage boost through everything, and like run through it really quickly, then the meteors can just make everything get really hectic, and it's a huge mess. This is like a pretty typical like 8-1 without like propeller.
Yeah, no, definitely. The RNG factor really comes into play once you get outside your memory sequence.
Yeah.
As you saw there.
if you get here with propeller and everything goes well at the beginning, then only really 2 jumps are scary. But yeah, right here, everything is just scary.
I'm just chilling out. Jumping on a boat platform now.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really to worry about for him.
Oh, I thought I was gonna hit that guy.
Fran's playing it risky on those meteors, but he makes it through. He's having a little trouble getting up on the platform.
Yeah, that pipe at the end, I've actually like lost some really good paces to missing that pipe like 5 times.
Yeah, when you're small Mario, it can be a little hard to get on the platform if you miss it.
Well, and even just jumping into the pipe.
Yeah. One, you can either wait.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky to do it optimally. Oh, Romain grabs 6 coins instead of 7. Alright, well, let's see how Bronze does in 8-2. I think 8-2 often gets overlooked, but it is actually, like, pretty scary and difficult because you are small the entire time. And any small mistake could lead to a death.
Romain on to 8A right now.
Pretty good levels by both of them. It's just that time difference from 5-4 is what's really making the difference at the moment.
Yeah, the time difference on 5-4 and the 8-1 deaths.
Oh, yeah.
I've put Bronze a very long way behind.
It'd be interesting to see if Bronze goes for first hit bombless, but I don't know if he will.
I mean, at this point, why not?
Yeah. First hit bombless. Oh, we didn't even talk about bomb. We talked about it the last race, but we could talk about it again, I guess.
Yeah, we touched on it briefly, but since there's not a lot to commentate, maybe you should explain it more in depth because I'm sure it confused a lot of people.
Yeah, well, I explained it more, but I probably still confused people. But in the Bowser Jr. fight, so you're supposed to hit him with bombs, but if you can squeeze Mario in between his clown car and the ceiling and get a ground pound in, you can actually touch Bowser Jr. while doing your ground pound, and it counts as a hit. And it skips having to wait around for the bombs and can save anywhere up to 22 seconds, which is huge, and you need it to get like a really good time for this game. So, with that being said, it's stupidly precise, and the most consistent way to go for it is by going for it as soon as the fight starts, but that also means that you don't get to take advantage of the bomb that he throws out immediately at the start of the fight. And so if you don't get that first hit, then it loses 6 seconds. But you pretty much see all of the top runners going for the first hit. Since they have nothing to lose, they kind of need it to PB.
It is one of those, first hit is one of those strats you will almost never see anybody who doesn't like absolutely need it for a PB go for it because it's incredibly risky and hard to pull off.
Yeah, first hit takes a frame perfect shake. So like when you fly up in the air, that's like frame perfect. And the way that I guess the ground pounds work, so you kind of see how Bowser Jr.'s car is moving like up and down slightly. So when he's at his lowest point, if you get a ground pound then, that's when you can squeeze in there and hit him.
Yes, because I don't know if you said, I might have missed, but the ground pound shrinks Mario's hitbox slightly and gives him just enough room.
Yeah, exactly. And ground pounds count as a hit on the Bowser Jr. fight, so they just kind of left the code the same on him. And so it works out.
From the World 4 fight, I believe?
Yeah, World 4, and I think it works in World 6 as well. but it also makes the run very frustrating sometimes when you make it to 8 airship ahead and you come out 20 seconds behind.
Yeah, Bombless makes top level runners. It's very frustrating because you get all the way to the end and you have to basically rely on a very hard trick to have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And Romain's going into Castle, Bronze is going into 8A.
Yeah, with that being said, actually, though, there's a 3-way tie for the 3rd place in any percent at the moment, and one of those runs, the one by Gix01, does not actually even have Bombless in it, which is really impressive that he was able to get that good of a time with Bombless.
Yeah, it is that is very hard to pull off, and with a good Bombless, that's probably a low 4x, I would think.
Yes, well, with single Bombless, sub 2450, and with double, sub 2440 time. But getting both of those tricks, getting both Bombless and 556 in a run is something that's only been done by 2 people, I believe.
Sounds right.
Yeah, Fade and Latchers have both done that. And I think DCA has also done it, but he didn't finish the run.
Luckily, this is a very confusing trick, but luckily you guys are having it explained to you by probably the most consistent person at it currently.
For whatever reason, I can get it somewhat consistent, but there's setups for it, but it's dumb.
I was going to say, because you spent way too long practicing it.
Oh, you're 100% right. I have. 8 airship is my most practiced level. Pretty much every stream I do of the game, I start off by practicing 8 airship for like 30 minutes, and then I start run.
Romain is chilling out, running into Bowser. He just has to do this. He would have to die a lot for Bronze in order to really have a shot.
Yeah, it's pretty unlikely for Bronze to catch up at this point.
I'd say he needs about 3 deaths.
Yeah, I don't know quite what pace Romain is on. I could tell you once the cage disappears.
You can do it sooner than I can. I can tell you about when Bowser pops up.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, so he could get a 25-43 with a perfect escape. I'm sure he's going to be playing it a bit safe, but this is still easily 25 pace run for Romain, which is a really good race time.
Yep, been an extremely solid run by Romain. He's had a very good performance for himself so far, and especially in this last one.
Yeah.
And he just
has to get perfect fireballs again. He got it in the last run, which is really impressive. Oh dang, he did it again.
That is
lining up those fireballs is harder than it should be.
Yep, it's all about that timing your jump and not jumping too high for it to hit the wall.
So he played that jump safe right there, that really tight jump.
Yep.
That's only about 2 seconds. So I would say if he does this well, he should get something like a 25-48, 49.
25-49.
Nice.
Ties Bronze's PB, actually.
Yeah.
Closes it out.
That's really good.
And Romain is going to move on to the winner's bracket finals. He will have to face the winner of DCA and Coding Boy. Two of the best.
GG to Romain. Really solid run.
Yes, he had a very impressive display here today. And Bronze is going to have to fight his way through the loser's bracket.
I'm not sure who Bronze will face next.
I believe he faces the... Hold on, I actually have the bracket pulled up. I should be able to check.
Sure.
This is 24. So he plays... Miri and Tommy play, and then he'll play the winner of you and the winner of that. So probably you and Miri.
Oh, okay. So either I'll face him or Miri will.
Yes, so you may very well end up seeing him.
Yeah. Well, that is cool.
That'll be an interesting match if it happens. And
All right.
it is unfortunate because Bruns did not have a very good performance in this one. He's been a very consistent runner lately, but he had a bit of an off day, and
Yeah,
it doesn't take many mistakes to cost you.
That one time where he got hit in 5 tower just really cost the whole run. There was no way he could have gotten a time better than Romain's as soon as that happened.
No. And Romain gave him no chance to catch up. Okay, and we should get Romain in here.
Actually, to give some context, literally the rest of the run would have had to have been on par with world record for him to get a 25:49 since 5-4 skip saves a minute 20. Okay, so I don't know if he's gonna forfeit. He just stopped the game. Or if he's just taking a moment. I mean, it's a death. I don't know.
I'm trying to get Romain in here. Let me see if I can.
Yeah. Forfeit.
Yeah, you want to see if you can get him in here? I'm not finding his name.
Sure. Hold on.
And once we can figure out how Discord works, we will have an interview with the winner of this match, Romain. As Romain gets his celebratory 69 coins.
He's probably busy getting the coins right now. he's almost done. There we go.
That meme factor is very important.
The best meme is just getting 70 coins instead. Or 68. Yeah, he should be on soon.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Hey, Romain.
Hey.
Nice. Good. So you take the win over Bronze with a 2-0 shutout.
Yeah.
A very impressive last race there. How are you feeling right now?
I have no words. Especially, I'm surprised I won the first race, honestly, because I died on 8-2.
Yes.
Yeah, you went behind there, but then Bronze died in 8-7, I believe. Like right before the checkpoint.
Oh yeah. That's a big oof.
That was how you
and game two was like super sick with a lot of backups, but yeah, I like the second race, honestly.
Yeah, you did a really good job in that second one.
Yeah, very good. We noticed you seem to be playing in general pretty safe, especially on 5-1 and 8A.
Yeah, and 8-1 I have my my strat for the triple jump because you can lose like 50 seconds if you miss it. Not 50, but more like 40. But yeah.
Yeah, it only loses a second and a half. So
yeah, it loses. It loses a second against the optimal strats, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you had a very solid performance. Go on.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm pretty happy for now and glad to be on the finals on this tournament. I have no words for that.
Yes, you've made it to top 3 with this win, and you are do have a very challenging next match, though. You will have to face the winner of DCA and
that
coding.
will be super hard for me, but let's see. Yeah.
You think you can take him?
We'll see. I don't know.
So
you can lose a minute for nothing on this game, so I have my chance, I think. So
I think you still do have a chance. I mean, yes, they both have gotten low 25s in matches, but there's always the chance that one of them gets hit going for 5.56, which I feel like is very likely, or something of that sort.
Yep, never count anyone out in this tournament. We've seen at least one much bigger upset than that would be.
Which one was that?
Latch and Fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was very surprised that Latchers got knocked out first round.
Yep, we've seen upsets, and underestimating any opponent would be a very big mistake. And after Romain's impressive performance, especially in that second race, I don't think DCA or Coding would do well to underestimate him going into that match.
Yeah, it is very possible that Romain could pull off another 25 against them, and that
I need if I want to win. If I want to win, I need like 25 on every race, and 25 is super hard to pull off for me. So, yeah.
I mean, you got it this time.
Yeah.
You got this strat.
All I can say, man, is you better get your practicing go before that match because you're going to need it.
Yeah.
Right,
You never know.
Congrats on your win, Romain. Good job getting the top 3, and good luck in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if Bronze wanted to join. I don't think.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, he's in the chat. Do you want him, Bronze, or?
Let me ask him.
He's in the chat, so I figure.
Oh, he is.
And what happened in second race for Bronze? Because I know when I was on 8C, I see the chat real quick, and I saw he missed a lot 5-4 or some stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, what happened was he got hit in 5 tower.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, he just didn't even get a chance to go for 5-4 skip.
Okay.
Which made the difference. And then,
hey, Bronze.
Yeah.
I
can let him talk about it.
Hey. So, I suck.
No, it happens to everyone, dude.
Yeah. I can do the same thing. I can
Everything
do the
gets
same
thrown off.
thing on the next run. It's possible I can be super bad on the next round, TBH.
I'm just really upset by both those mistakes. The 8-7 and the 5 tower.
You died due to an dropped input or not? Because I don't understand why you're dying in 8-7 because it's not a scroller. So
8-7, I jumped off the second bone coaster just a bit too early, and I didn't have enough.
Oh,
to get onto the last platform.
Oh, that sucks. Oh,
yeah, it was really close. Like, I thought you made it. You just barely missed.
Yeah.
And the 5 tower thing was just like, you got thrown off. Like, I don't know if you missed a jump or something, but you got thrown off.
I missed a jump, so I was on the wrong part of my cycle, so I didn't really know where I was.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yep.
But that was a cool race, honestly.
You were really close that first race. Like, up until 8-2. That was, like, really close.
Yeah, no, definitely a good race. And Bronze is not eliminated yet, though, so he is still a threat in this tournament.
Who the hell am I against? Or who the heck am I against? Sorry.
You go against, Miri and Tommy have their match, and then the winner of that goes against D-Red, and then you play the winner of that.
Good.
That will be interesting.
Okay. So I'll either play Miri or Tommy, and then whoever It's either so basically you're gonna go either against me, Miri, or Tommy.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if it's Miri, I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah,
What
that
if
will
it's
be
Tommy?
that will be hard against Uvid or Miri because they're both super good at this game.
I mean, Tommy has a 25 though.
Yeah, Tommy too. Tommy have his chance against Miri.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Bronze has a difficult road ahead, but as we've seen, anything can happen in these races.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, well,
I think.
that's
I
all
think
I
that-
got. We can plug a couple of things. So I don't think there's any more races going on in the next few days. I think that was the last
There was
one.
almost
Yeah. I need for me I need to wait the DCA and coding race before my match, so I don't
Which
know.
one's gonna be a while.
I don't know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that match isn't going to happen for like 2+ weeks yet. I don't think so.
And then
So
the
yeah,
new
I have
is gonna
I have
happen
still a
for
bit
last
of
week.
time to practice and be ready for the big day.
Yeah, I'm waiting on Miri and Tommy, but I think Miri had said they can probably do it this week, so we'll see if that happens. That would be good. So.
2 races in 1 week. Wow.
That never happens. I was gonna say, Romain, you got anything specific you want to work on going into that next race, or you just want general
No.
practice on your consistency?
I will just practice for consistency. Yeah, I'm not doing bombless or 5x6 tasks because I know I suck on it. So, so yeah.
Yeah, and that might actually put you in the advantage because, like I said, I feel like you're gonna race either DCA or coding, right? And I feel like they're both gonna go for 5.56
and bombless.
Yeah, and there's a very good chance they could get hit while going for 5.56. So you're not running that risk. So that might be good.
We shall see whenever that race happens.
Yeah, so there's no more races to plug for this, but there is also a new Super Mario Bros. DS tournament going on at the moment. And they had just started on the I don't know what it's called. They finished with the groups, and they moved on to the next round.
Bracket play?
Yeah, the brackets. So we'll see how that goes, but there are 8 people left in that tournament, and it's been really good, really competitive so far. Like all of the top runners are in it, and it's a lot of fun to watch. So if you're interested in NSMB games, don't miss that one. You got anything else, Marty, dude?
Nope, but I'd say that about wraps it up. I think we've seen some good racing today, and we know what to look forward to now.
Good job, guys. That was fun. Alright. Now I'm out.
Okay. And we will see you all for the next race. Peace out.